This is the CC Radio Podcast.
Welcome to episode 257 of the Countdown Podcast. This week, we'll be inviting you to pay attention, 007, if you know what I mean. My name is Wayne.
Might just be the worst
Come on, that was class, man.
opening
Are you shitting me? That was
in the
great.
history of the show.
That was the bomb. My cue is on chain point, yo.
Not your cue is on chain.
On point.
Yeah, my name is Paul. Welcome to the podcast. We count down movies and sometimes television in order of awesomeness, so you don't have to. And today's topic is one that Wayne has been pretty much pre-coming all over
Absolutely.
about.
There's just G's everywhere.
It's the top 10 movie gadgets.
Totally.
Which we have defined as not including weapons nor vehicles.
Yes.
Because we've done both of those in a previous countdown.
That's right.
So we've limited ourselves a little bit, but this one could be very interesting, could be very, very quick.
It'll be oddly emotional is what it'll be.
Title of my sex tape.
This again. All right.
Oddly emotional, Wayne. Why is it oddly emotional?
I'll tell you something, folks. Let me tell you about something, okay? There's a group of people like me in the world, all right? And you won't understand this if you're not one of us, but maybe you could sympathize.
Bitch, please.
It's called, there's a name for it. It's called EDC, all right? Everyday Carry. There's actually Pinterest groups, Facebook
Everyday
groups.
Carry.
Everyday Carry. It refers to this shit
Title of your
that...
sex tape.
Yeah, okay, not bad. Not bad. I don't know if it's great, but it's all right. Everyday Carry refers to the shit that you have on you all the time, the stuff that you normally pick up and walk out of the house with. Now, you would think it's like, oh, wallet, phone, all right? Keys, all right? Yeah, that's most people's...
Glasses or
Glasses, something that you
sunglasses.
might need. Okay, that's
Yep.
that's normal people's everyday carry.
Correct.
Okay? Enthusiasts, we carry shit like little fucking torches and little external batteries and motherfucking like a lockpicking kit. And
Do you honestly walk out of the house with a lockpicking kit?
I don't, but my pocket knife has got something you could probably use in a pinch. Now you understand, people, okay? The idea behind this is that you, in your utopian EDC like fantasy, there's some horrible situation and everyone's gonna die except you saved the day with this fucking gadget that you had. For some reason, someone needed a hairpin. I don't know. Like, just like, that's the thing, okay? Don't get me wrong. That's not what you're walking in with. You just enjoy having accessories.
If you're new to the show, welcome. If you're a regular listener to the show, I want you to try and work out whose idea today's show is.
Do you know what? I'm sure you came up with it. I'm sure we were just spitballing and you said gadgets and went fucking A, boom.
Well,
So-
okay, when I say whose idea it was, who was the one that packaged it, embraced it, mailed it off to all his friends with a note saying, I love this so much, please marry it. Anyway, top 10 movie gadgets is the subject of this week's countdown, but we get there on the other side of this small segment today that we call the recount.
Who wants a recount? Who wants a recount? Who wants a recount? Who wants a recount?
This is the part of the show where we hear from what you said. Paul, what do we get?
Let's start off with a review. It's been a while since we've had one, and we would appeal to all you people out there who listen to the show but have yet to leave a review on Apple Podcasts or indeed your preferred listening platform to please do so.
It helps us out a lot. It's the
Does
thing.
help out a lot. Helps the show grow, helps us get to more people's ears. That's the whole point of this, to take over the world one earworm at a time.
And by that I don't mean my cackle.
No, that's true. This is from Jeffrey L. Hartley on the US iTunes Store. The only thing I regret about this podcast is how long it took me to find it.
Oh, that's
Great
nice.
insight into both movies and TV, and each episode is so very funny. Can't wait for each new episode. Wayne and Paul are fantastic. Thanks for all you do.
Thanks, man.
And that's entitled Where Have You Been? Thank you so much for that, Jeffrey. We really appreciate those kind words.
Okay.
And I said it's very short today because it is. There's only one other thing we want to do. It's not really a feedback so much as it's a shout out.
Shout out.
Shout out to a guest co-host of the show, Jared, and his lovely wife, Aston, have welcomed their second child into the world.
That's right.
Congratulations to you both. May you get some sleep some of the time. My fingers are crossed for you.
Second child. He's racked the chamber as a new round. It's just, yeah.
Not
wow.
daunted at all by the first.
Ballsy.
He's literally.
Nice work, son. Hopefully that's another new film enthusiast in the new generation.
I'm sure Jared will make sure that is where
There you go.
his children wind up. So congratulations there as well. It's Baby Central here with Kia last week, Jared this week.
That's right, man.
On the countdown. All right, no more messing around. Short prelude. Let's get into it because Wayne cannot be contained any longer.
Oh, I don't know about that.
On the other side, on the other side of this music cue, the top 10 movie gadgets. The very best of movie gadgets.
Wait a minute. Isn't it the coolest movie gadgets?
That one too.
Top 10 coolest movie gadgets.
Yeah, that'll do.
That'll play. But you know, that was nice.
Top 10 coolest movie gadgets.
Coolest.
Top 10 coolest movie gadgets is the topic for today. There you are, live agreements between the two of us. I guess it's very simple. I've already explained the parameters. No vehicles, no weapons. I was allowed, after consultation with Wayne, to put one weapon in here, which is not about harming people.
Exactly. It's
So
just
that
a
was
form of a weapon.
That was it. Now, a lot of listeners, Wayne, have inquired as to whether or not Nick Fury's thingy will be on your list.
Oh,
Because you had it as a weapon.
Yeah, people. Let me tell you about life with Paul, okay? If I go putting the same thing on two different lists, okay, that will be admission to him that one way or the other it has to fall.
Correct!
Because to Paul, things can't be two things. They've only got to be one. So, no, I did not. But in spirit, it is here, okay? I just can't do it.
hovering
'cause
around
Paul's
us.
sitting right around fucking here.
In spirit.
I can't do a goddamn
it's
thing.
the spectre over this podcast.
The Nick Shape Fury thinged, elephant in the room, shall we say?
Okay.
Okay.
All right, well, I'll go first today.
Yeah, you
this
go
is your absolute jam, so you should bring it home with the best number one in the history of
Look,
the
you're
show.
You're gonna be upset, everyone. But keep going.
Oh, you know what? We totally forgot to do the recount. You won the first vote back this year.
Oh, did I?
Smashed it.
Oh, okay,
we'll just do
well
it now. The top 10 battle scenes. Wayne smashed it. Last I looked, and I haven't updated it in about 24 hours. You were 39 to 20 up.
Oh, okay. Well, that's nice.
Completely stole everything in that regard. This is a terrible episode of the show, not the way it normally works.
That's all right.
The feedback was kind of mixed. First of all, from Smiley Salmani. You did a third choice for neither. Seriously? Battle of Helm's Deep? Sheesh.
Really?
That's from a New Zealander. I'm
That's
not sure.
You know.
You should revoke your fucking citizenship, Smiley. But seeing as we only have two choices, it has to be Paul for including the Battle of the Baby scene from Children of Men. Chris O'Neill said, sorry, Wayne, but by the way, definitely watch John Carter. I'm a fan of the books and really like the movie.
Okay.
Bummed me out it didn't do well and killed the sequels. Give it a try.
All right. John Carter from Mars.
And Andrew Watson had Wayne pretty much had me at, if I was James Cameron, I'd shit on everyone's face.
That was a poor choice of words,
Likewise,
which I often do.
Lachlan Mills had Wayne pretty much had me at Black Hawk Down, so you were doing well there. But Blake Jarvis said Avatar? Nope.
I knew that would be a
Paul
one.
wins. Mina Harker said Wayne leaving off Braveheart was unforgivable, even though I loved Black Hawk Down and Enemy at the Gates. Though we did cop a lot of shit because Enemy at the Gates, by the way, not World War I, was World War II film, Battle of Stalingrad. So Super Bros Dave and several people from the Facebook community did calls out for that. Battle of the Bulge was nothing near where we thought it.
Now would be a good time for you to know that I am not especially swift.
Well, just didn't do your research. I don't need to research your choices. You need to
but I was
research
just
the
lying the whole
motherfucker.
time, so whatever.
Yeah, you still doubled my score. This is who you're voting for, people. This is who you're voting for.
I believe you like me for different things than my intellect.
Though everyone did appreciate your trolling me with your pick of number 7.
That was, I didn't actually plan
You
it.
didn't plan that?
I was
That was
like-
genius.
Yeah, only when it's, actually, 7. But actually, I was going to put it at 7 anyway.
Okay.
So-
So there you are. So recap now completed in the show proper. What a shit show of an effort this has
It's
been.
fine. Everyone's liking the jazz.
We're just riffing here. And we're going to continue riffing with my number 10, which comes from a film which I really did not like at all.
What?
It was a follow-up to District 9. It's Neil Blomkamp's Elysium.
Oh, yes.
And in Elysium, there's a med bay where basically lay down the motherfucker, fixes everything.
The tits, man.
Diagnoses whatever's wrong and then does whatever crazy shit it does to operate, remove.
Imagine.
Yeah, can you
Imagine.
lay
That's
down
in
here,
your house, motherfucker.
Be knocked out for half an hour, wake up, good as fucking gold.
Dude, that's like a step away from the fucking fountain of youth.
Yeah,
you got a
pretty
machine
much.
in your house that fixes your goddamn health. Mm-hmm. Boom.
Got a heart problem? No worries, we'll correct that, Tigger.
Yep. All done.
Cancer starting to pop up there? Nah, we can cut that out of you.
smack
No
it
worries.
out,
You
don't
might have to
worry
lay
about
down
it.
for a week or two afterwards, but you'll be
Just push
good.
you down, all good. And you get some good fucking painkillers from that thing. So
Yeah, exactly. And you wouldn't feel a damn
you just
thing.
be like, fine.
And
about
it's, perfectly computed. No anesthetist
yeah.
errors here. It's just straightforward. Bam, right spot. No 15 pokes to get it right. Bang, in your arm. There it is. So
I'm glad you put this on the list because it's not on my list, but I was sitting there going, wow, I really would like that thing is basically the humanity cure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, everything's okay.
arguably, in terms of its implications, it could be way higher on my list, but
But
I dislike
again,
the movie so
No,
much.
it's cool. It's cool. Exactly. So nice. All right.
yeah.
Well, very good. My number 10. I need to mention Data from the Goonies. Okay, for a
You
second.
should. This
Okay.
podcast needs,
Oh.
episode needs to mention
Oh
Data.
man. I mean, like here,
Pincers of Power. Please tell me it's Pincers of Power.
dude, it is totally Pinchers of Peril. Is actually called. They're called.
No, it doesn't say Pincers. It's Pincers of Power.
Well, he was shorty. You couldn't really tell what he was saying, but it's true. Okay,
I am looking this shit up.
it's true. I'm in my research says it's Pinchers of Peril. So my actual
really?
I could be. Look, that's what I've got here. Okay. Anyway, the point is, Data was a short round from Temple of Doom, and this
No
was
time
his,
for love, Dr.
no
Jones.
time for love, Dr. Jones. And so he's like a walking bundle of awesome gadgets. I'm gonna pick Pinchers of Peril for the sake of having a number 10, but he had this jacket full of shit. And it's not, he would have things that shot out, and that there was this thing where he presses something, and out of his belt buckle shoots a suction cup, which is attached to some sort of coil, and it fucking draws him for all kinds of shit like this. But more importantly, his gear made me feel better about being a nerd.
You're not going to believe this.
What?
The Goonies wiki,
Yeah.
so specifically the Wikipedia page dedicated to Goonies, calls it the Pinchers of Peril / Pinchers of Power.
Really? So I told you no one knows what the fuck he's saying, man. See?
They don't even know. The official fucking Wikipedia page doesn't even know.
See? So I feel very justified.
I feel better about mine.
Holy smoke. Crash landing. So, yes, awesome. But yeah, sorry, let me tell you this. When me and my friends saw Data do all this shit, all of us tried to make all of his gear. All right? I even wished I lived in a cooler
Did
climate.
you make some slick shoes?
Slick shoes, not so much because I knew I would go ass over tin. And also, I didn't see the point. He was like squish, 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 and it was hitting people behind him. I don't know, it didn't really work. But when his Pinchers of Peril shot out from his sleeve and clamped on the balls of one of the tortellis, or whatever, fratellis, right?
Fratelli, yep.
And then it also saves him from being impaled on spikes. And so if you look at the Goonies again now...
And why wouldn't you?
And why wouldn't you? There's a lot of time where Data's gadgets, actually, they'd all be dead if it weren't for Data. So this is that pinnacle, man.
He's the true hero
He's a true hero.
in that film.
That's right. And
fuck
Asian in the
Mikey.
80s and still a hero? That shit is difficult.
Whatever happened to him between that and...
Ki Hua Kwan?
Yeah, he just dropped out of Hollywood, didn't he?
Man, when he did that second movie, I'm like, yo, dog, it's fucking Temple of Doom, kid. I'm watching the shit out of this. And then what? He should have gone and done he should have become basically, yeah.
It's a shame.
Yeah, anyway.
It's a shame. Promising actor decided
Child
on a different
actor.
path.
Yeah.
All right, my number 9 is from something that's very close to our hearts, Wayne.
What?
It's from Back to the Future Part 2. It's the hoverboard. Now, why is it very close to our hearts? Because we have a friend, Christian. He has guest coast on the show
Yes, he
a couple
has.
of times
Yes.
from memory, and never will coast again because he said some terrible things about me.
I didn't even know that, but
He's emceeing my wedding, so clearly I'm not too dark at him.
Oh, yeah, fair enough.
But nevertheless, his father is an inventor.
He and his father were inventors. It's
Yeah,
like,
well,
he's a bit as well, yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, he develops that, but mainly it's his dad, and his dad created a hoverboard.
By the
Now-
way, it's pretty cool that your dad's an inventor. Like, that's the
Yeah.
thing he does.
and made
It's
squillings of
like a
dollars.
fairy tale.
off
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
So,
exactly.
you know,
Very cool.
well enough that he just bought one of the new Teslas,
Teslas, of
and
course he
apparently
did.
it's like, face meltingly fast. So
Really?
Mm.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he made
Sorry.
a hoverboard way back when, like we're talking 20 years ago, I would say almost, and it didn't operate the same way that these ones do. Don't get
This
your hands
operated
a bunch.
there like a hovercraft. It actually
Yes.
blew air down and,
Yes.
and propelled you, like, sort of just lifted you high enough off the floor.
Think of that movie Spider-Man.
It was going to
Sydney
be in there.
Olympics 2000.
The Sydney Olympics 2000, they used these things to go out on the thing.
they were there. So that was all Christian's dad and his company there. So I just had that connection to it. And
I
thought,
understand completely.
You know what? The way it is in this film, way cooler again.
Do you know
And-
one thing I did think of? I agree. Like, everyone loves the hoverboard. It's totally a valid list pick. When Marty jumps on it in the movie,
And it bobs.
it seems altogether very, very like
when it
unstable.
bobs, like, hey, how is he doing that? That's
How's he do that? How's he stop? You know, that sort of thing. These are all things I'm sure they.
Well, I'm sure it's part of if you weren't just jumping on one and stealing it, you would know if you were from 2015.
Yeah, I suppose. It is very cool though. Yes, hoverboard, no doubt, boo. No doubt. All right, my number 9 is an odd one which gave me closure in a film franchise that I really adored. It is the Mission Impossible 3D mask printer.
Oh yeah. How dare you put this so low?
Oh, really?
Low.
Actually, I should have thought you would like this too. That's very good. Okay, listen up, people. They only showed us this in Mission Impossible 3. God knows.
No.
Hold up,
Oh,
motherfucker.
they showed you the printer in 3.
Yeah, the printer.
They were pulling the
masks
masks off
were-
from number 1.
Masks are a thing about Mission Impossible.
The whole thing, yeah.
Fortunately, they have like
I
sort
don't
of
know,
backed
was
off.
there any masks in? Yeah, there wasn't.
They backed
in
off
Fallout.
because they knew. Well, the whole point of like, here's the thing, all right? So in Mission Impossible 1, right? Tom Cruise at the end, spoilers, right?
It's okay. You can spoil
Basically,
from now.
he basically wins the day by having a John Voight mask, right?
Which is pretty cool in the dark.
Look,
there.
it's extremely
that
cool.
part's way better than earlier in the film when he does. It looks exactly like Tom Cruise with an old mustache.
Oh yeah, but more importantly, right? In terms of the plot, okay. So Tom Cruise is on the run from the government and Mission Impossible
Mm-hmm.
and everything. He's fucked off. At the end, he turns up with a John Voight mask. How the fuck? Where did you get that? Where did you get the John Voight mask?
Skill, guts, courage, determination.
That's what we were forced to believe. In the second one, it was Mask City, and that was the mayor. But still, no explanation. Now, number three,
yeah.
JJ
Oh,
comes
number
on.
two. No, in number 2, there's the whole like he puts a mask on of one of
The bad
Dougray
guy.
Scott's
Yeah, that's
underlings and has him have a mask on
Of himself.
And then they
So the guy shoots
yeah,
Tom
yeah.
Cruise mask. I know. And the thing is, that would have been great if it was filmed in a way that actually fooled me. But I was sitting there going, yeah, they're obviously swapped over. Bam, bam, bam. There you go. Right?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah,
Number
it's
3.
not a good film. Number 2. Let's just move on.
Oh, no, it's not good. Number 3, JJ comes in and shows us what the mask looks like. Fan-fucking-tastic. You take pictures of someone with your compact, if you're a woman, and then you just print this shit out. And they
why
use...
can't men have compacts?
Because, Paul, if I whipped out my little mirror and rouge right now, you'd fuck on me for all... like,
I would
Yeah.
on you,
That's why you can't do it!
but not on Tom, whatever his name is over there.
I don't think you'd fuck on him a bit. Alright. So anyway, as I say, now we know what it came from. Now, this is actually a true unit. And in fact, they did use it in the last Henry Cavill thing, but it became very compact. It became like a laptop, but Henry Cavill smashed a guy over the head with. But they're still around, and I think it's cool. Imagine if you had this, people. Imagine if you could turn it into anyone.
Yeah, it's great. Totally on my list, and yeah, I'm 100% behind you in that choice. Well done, sir. My number 8 is, when like 5 minutes ago, when we forgot to do the recount results of the in the recount, we just put it in the middle of this part of the episode altogether.
Yeah.
Well, now I'm going to flash my neuralizer at you all, and you won't remember that. Yay!
That's a very good intro.
And now we're 0 all for the year.
Am I then to take it that your number 8 choice
Is the neuralizer?
The neuralizer.
from Men in Black. It's a pretty cool device. Like,
It is a cool device.
imagine
no doubt.
this. All right, wait, especially you. Now, as I mentioned and implied, and I'm getting married very shortly in a couple of months' time. You are not single. I don't know what your status is. You're doing your thing.
I am single. I'm unmarried.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
you're unmarried. You're not living with someone. What if you're out on a date
Right.
and hard to believe, though this may be, ladies and gentlemen, you say something stupid.
Oh, it happens every day. Every day.
All you do is whip out your neuralizer.
Oh, mate.
Can you imagine how helpful that would be for the dating person?
Are you shitting me? It would be used all night long, and I would be whipping out way more than the neuralizer. So it's like... because you get to correct every mistake.
And then you can even neuralize the fact you whipped something else out.
Exactly, okay? This stuff gets you out of court.
Wait,
so,
that sounds wrong. When we put it like that, I'm not sure.
you know what? I was just thinking now because you chased this line of reasoning.
Oh, jeez.
What if it's all the way to the bedroom, right?
No way.
And then you accidentally fuck up by sticking it in her ear or something, and then it's like, oh shit, how am I going to erase that? There you go. The only problem is you got to keep the neuralizer in your asshole so it's easily reachable.
For most people, it's a problem. For Wayne, it's a boom. Went through his head back so far.
I always throw
he
my head
knocked
back and hit this
shit off his
whiteboard.
whiteboard.
Okay, so yes.
Quite aside from dating for bars, what about just general kind of moments of embarrassment?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that moment where, for example, you forgot to turn your indicator off and you've driven the whole way down the road.
Yep, like a
And
grandfather.
you pull up next to the person and they're looking at you, shaking their head, just like, hey, winding me down. Really sorry about that flash. There we go. Now you can drive on and feel better about yourself.
I mean, you're not going to use it in that situation.
Maybe you
'cause
should
it's too
flash
hard.
yourself. And like, I don't remember doing that.
Yeah,
Great.
that's going to be great. While you're driving, especially.
Anyway, you get my point. I think it's a very
Oh, I
helpful
think so.
gadget.
By the way it's designed is cool, and that's very important to me. It is just, it's like moving parts are basically cool. So the that it pops up and then you flash, very cool.
All right.
Also Chrome. All right. My number 8 is, this is an odd one, people. It is the... Now, James Bond is obviously going to
James
feature on
Bond.
this list. All right, obviously he's going to feature on this list, but I have a very special emotional kind of connection to the Live and Let Die Rolex Submariner. Let me tell you about this one. This is the Roger Moore James Bond, okay? It's way back in the 80s, 70s styles, all right?
Okay.
It is for all intents and purposes, a stainless Rolex with a dial. Okay, it's a Submariner, so it's got the bezel. All right. What it also does, and this sounds lame now, but at the time it was so cool. All right, it's got an amazing electromagnet, which when you press this button on the watch, firstly, all of the fucking the notches turn red. Very important.
Why?
Because it shows you the watch is active. Right?
Okay.
Then it can take, seriously, anything metallic from, fucking 50 meters away and draw it right towards the watch. Okay? Don't know why they came up with it. Doesn't matter. Also, the bezel, you can hit it and it spins like a buzzsaw and cuts through ropes.
Very important in case you're
very
captured
important.
and bound, yeah.
Now, here's what happened at the end of the movie. He's in some fucking Shark Tank and basically, not a Shark Tank, but he's suspended over a Shark Tank with the girl. And then he's like, holy shit, way down below him, near the bad guy, is this bullet, which is a compressed air bullet, which they use to kill sharks. He turns his watch on. The red shit happens to the thing. It goes, grabs it, jumps on the dude, sticks it in the bad guy's mouth, then he blows up. Now, that was the shit! When it was red and he got it out of it because of this. Fantastic, man. And it has a lot of airtime, this gadget, so I loved it. It's beautiful looking, let me tell you.
Sounds awesome.
Look, you know what's going to happen with this list, okay? As I go up the list, you're going to see some things you agree with and some things you don't. But but the analogness of gadgets, I really like.
Well,
I really like.
There's a whole web page is dedicated to James Bond gadgets you can now own.
Yeah. And
so
you know what?
They're ahead of their time in some ways.
Forget about it. You know this watch I got on right
Smartwatch,
now?
yeah.
That's Dick Tracy's motherfucking phone watch. I can do all that shit.
Dick Tracy. Okay.
Yeah, so
I
I'm
saw
saying.
some James Bond. Speaking of James Bond, my number 7 is from Tomorrow Never Dies. And this is, for me, the quintessential James Bond gadget.
Go on.
Your fucking car controlled
Oh,
by your phone.
Dude!
The Ericsson JB988
This
cellular
is so
phone.
low! This is so low. Please go on.
I'll
please.
also add something else. I went with one thing only from every franchise. I didn't want to overcrowd.
I wish I could, but I didn't.
So fair enough, it's higher on your list, but this is where it falls for me. Controlling his BMW 750iL.
Ooh.
How cool is it? In fact, I'd say it's crazy cool. And unlike some of the stuff on this list, it doesn't feel like we're that far away from this actually happening.
Dude,
which
it's
adds cool things to it.
The only thing
Points.
The only thing that we don't have from this is the interface between the car and the phone. They can all do that. You can control a drone with your phone. That tech is available.
Well, that is right,
Right?
but not talking to a computer in a car, as far as I'm aware.
But I reckon the only reason it's not there is because it's not allowed to be there.
How dumb would
in
it be?
Australia, remote starting your car with a device is illegal.
Oh,
Yeah,
is that right?
that's why you can't
Wasn't
see
aware
it.
of that.
That's right. So it's shit like that. But let me, dude.
Can I add though? It's also a stun gun.
Oh yes.
It's a fingerprint scanner and a transmitter, and of course the thing that you wanted earlier on, a lockpick.
Dude. All right, listen up, people. Bond's Ericsson phone. All right, so we know smartphones now consist of just a screen, and then it becomes anything, and then it's all the functions are virtual because it's all an app and shit like that, right? Fine, okay. But in 1997, the idea of virtual buttons on a screen was just it was a dream. Okay, so that means that your design, the styling had to be physical buttons, usually a green screen. This one here had the thing where it was a candy bar designed phone. All right. And you got all your functions like your scanner and this and that, but then you open it, you flip it from the right, and it becomes almost a motherfucking whole second phone with a second screen.
Control pad.
Yeah, and that's what happens. And this shit was metallic gray. It was beautiful. All right,
Even talk about colours.
I'm telling you, right? There was a phone that was, and this is not in my list, and I know it won't be in yours. The Saint had a phone called the Nokia.
Whoa.
The
No, you're
Nokia,
right.
the Nokia 9, fuck off. Nokia 9000 communicator, which was a real phone, which did that, except it was a keyboard, not a pad. Fucking beautiful. This was a beautiful ass gadget, and it was exciting. I adored it. So yes.
What do you reckon given that he was given this at the start of the film,
Yes.
presumably by Q,
Yep.
and then he happens being fired at by 20 dudes with machine guns, and
Oh,
he's
yeah.
laying down in the car,
In the back of the car.
and he's using it. Do you reckon his reaction was,
Oh, fuck off.
As he was
Whatever. Fucking bitch. Well, that was some bullshit right there.
sometimes this shit just writes itself?
Okay, we're done. We're
Over
out.
to you
We're
for your
out.
number 7.
All right, man. My number 7. I've been waiting to incorporate a gadget like this into my life for some time. Now,
Here we go.
This is from Blade Runner 2049.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Now, I've been many of the times I've been stuck in traffic or driving home after a late night and thought to myself, wouldn't it be cool if my car was equipped with a built-in drone that emerges from sliding panels in the roof or the boot, and it goes high in the air and it shows me what the entire route home is, and with aerial images, and shows me if there's any speed traps as well. That would be the tits. And I'm like, this is not difficult to do, man. I would be able to do this. Now in
RBTs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, no. I don't care about that. Anyway, yeah. So Ryan Gosling's he's got this car called a spinner in that
So it's
shit.
called. Okay.
Yep. And it actually does that. It sends a drone ahead of it, scans the shit, can do X-rays, all kinds of shit. Drones are probably a problem.
How about just a drive car? That's a Total Recall car that can just drive you home.
Well, that would be a vehicle.
Oh, you're right. Well done. Well played, sir.
But this can do a lot of other things. Like, let's say there's some other shit up ahead, and you can get up in there, and then you can arm that thing, and then you can blow shit up with it. I'm just saying. So you're done. Car drone. That's my number 7.
Yeah, it's a technicality. I wish I had known that technicality because I would have picked a different time machine than I'm going to pick. But we'll get there.
That's all right.
eventually.
That's all right, mate.
My number 6 is the gun that I referred to, and I ran past you. It's not a gun to shoot or hurt people. It is a gun to shoot people. It's not a gun to end their life with.
No.
Instead, it's from the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Oh my god, this is my number 6.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The point of view gun?
The point of view gun.
Yeah.
This is the tits, son. Please tell us what the point of view
Pretty
gun is.
amazing. Just pause for a moment, dear listener. Like, we don't communicate at all,
Nope.
other than I had to say, look, I've got a gun on my list, but it's not a gun. It's
Yeah.
not to harm
No,
anybody.
it's not the same as a weapon. It's just
Yes.
shape of a gun.
Yes, shape of a gun, and that's how you get. And Wayne's like, yeah, cool, that's cool by me. It turns out not only do we pick the same one, it's the same number on our
Oh
list.
yeah, that's weird.
That
A little
is-
spooky and a kind of gay.
Yeah.
So
That's fine. It's absolutely fine. All right, so point of view gun is you shoot someone with it, and they instantly see your side of an argument / your point of view.
Your point of view.
Now, I was thinking, I gave this way too much thought. Way too much. I'm like, okay, so this works for just a disagreement between couples, or we both shoot each other. Bang, bang, bang. Oh,
Yep. I'm
Argument.
sorry. You're right. You're absolutely
argument
right.
over.
Exactly.
Right?
Done.
Oh, shit. Sorry, babe. Sorry, darling. You know, I'm like, does it work for world leaders and narcissistic world leaders? Like, imagine someone shooting Trump.
Yep.
Right, not to get too political, but
No.
would it work for him? And I thought initially, nah, because narcissism would trump. But then, no, because the whole point of narcissism is you can't and don't see anyone, you don't see anyone else's perspective because your perspective is everything.
So the way that this thing would work then.
But it would give you that
It would
perspective.
give you that. Yeah, absolutely. It would be actually, these are the types of things that would be a better world. The only issue is, in the movie, when the girl shoots Sam Rockwell with it, right? It's boom, and you can shoot him as many times as you like. And he sees your point of view for 5 seconds, sorry.
But
yeah, I
sure,
guess
that's enough to change your mindset.
Well, that's the thing. Do you retain it? Do you sit there and go, yeah,
No,
I
you
see what
got
you
it.
mean.
You got-
No, it doesn't. You know, I don't
no,
know.
it can't just be it's gone. Like you've had it there for 5 seconds.
Yeah, maybe
It's like
you would have-
knowledge.
you'd have to sit there and shoot someone's face in like for fucking 10 hours or something, and then finally like, you know what?
It's like when you were telling me that story about someone you knew who broke someone's dick. I'm like, I haven't forgotten that.
I know,
even
sorry
though
about
that
that.
was a while ago.
Sorry about that. Long story short, everyone, there was a dick breaking story that I heard once, and I chose not to tell Paul about it. But
Until today.
he still got grossed out about it. So anyway,
Grossed
Yeah.
out about it. I will never have someone
yeah,
ride
I'm
me
sorry.
again.
I'm sorry. It was totally while someone was riding someone else's
I
dick.
know,
in it.
of course it was.
I know. Well, so it could have been anyway.
I kick him in my nuts. or
Yeah,
whatever.
not
Okay.
kick. So anyway, okay, yeah. So number 6, point of view gun, fantastic. Like and work.
All right, very nice. Then, so back to me for number 5. Here's where I put the Mission Impossible masks.
So
And
now is it
therefore-
the mask? Yes, the mask.
Well, I just said the mask.
The
but
tech,
obviously,
yeah.
it has to come from
Absolutely,
the 3D printer. So
absolutely.
you're right there
No.
in saying yep. But
Not bad at
I
all.
had it as Mission Impossible, but because that's where it originated. But it has to come from somewhere. We saw it in Mission Impossible 3.
Yeah, okay, totally.
Yep.
All right. My number 5, everyone. This came up, I thought about this recently because we just did a show on Super Movie Bros,
Correct.
hosted by Dave.
Yep.
Where he did a thing called the Podly Words, where he Paul answers questions about me, and I have to basically try and guess what his answers were.
Yep.
And one of the questions was...
Or about me. There was questions about me too.
Yeah, about you as well. Yeah, exactly. And one of the questions was, if Wayne was a superhero,
Who would he be?
who would he be?
Yeah.
Now, I never thought about this and I didn't know what to answer, but Paul's answer is actually pretty good.
Check out the episode. Don't give it away.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no.
Damn it. That's the pick. That's the pick. I gotta give it away. It's okay. It's just one piece.
All
of
right,
episode.
give it
All
away.
right,
And
okay,
this is a
fine.
teaser for the
The
episode.
teaser of the episode.
Sorry,
Okay.
Dave.
Sorry, Dave.
This is all Wayne's idiot fucking response.
Well, look, there's a story to be told here, and I think it helps
All right,
everyone.
go on.
All right. The person he chose for me is Star-Lord from fucking Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yep.
And I was like, that's, first of all, how flatteringly nice of him. I definitely don't have abs like that.
Not many people do.
Yeah, but I thought in tone that was correct. Now, Star-Lord has this kind of gadget. He's got rocket boots and a helmet. So I guess if I had to pick one, it would be the rocket boots because that means. But the good thing about it is,
that your choice? Is that how we got here?
yeah, it is. That's how we got here.
You've not just said Star-Lord rocket boots. They're cool because why?
Because I'm telling a story, Paul.
Okay.
I think everyone had a good time. Sorry.
Except Dave.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm sure it's fine, Dave. I'm sure it's fine. They're going to listen more. All right. So his shit is built into his shoes, man. It's built into his boots. That's the best thing about EDC or any gadget you have on you. If it is already in the shit you already wear, boom. This cracker can fly. He can fly because his boots have rockets. All right? All that good. Plus the helmet just turns up out of nowhere. Always on him, he can go into space. Those shits are cool, people. Pure mobility. One guy talking.
All
right.
That's your number 5.
Sorry, we've been going a long time. All right.
My number 4 is from a film you've never seen.
Oh.
And though I hope to correct that with a watch party in the very near future.
Oh, God damn it.
Because we ruled out vehicles, I decided not to have the DeLorean.
The DeLorean.
Right? Even though it's a flux capacitor, it's the time machine, but you have to move at 88 miles per hour. So I thought, it's all convoluted.
It is.
Instead, I've gone with Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventures telephone box. Because the best thing about this time machine is no one ever has never done a time machine as a telephone box ever before.
I was just going to say to you, as a man who's never seen the movie, have they got a TARDIS?
Basically.
Okay.
Except
did anyone have a problem with it
Well-
at BBC?
I'm surprised. Except it's not like time and relative dimension in space. So it's not like you walk into the telephone box and it's exponentially bigger on the inside like it is in Doctor Who.
Oh,
It's
God.
just a telephone
That would have
box.
been a little much.
It's just a telephone box, so you got to squeeze everyone in there.
Everyone squeezes in there
Which is
and
pretty
then...
funny.
Then can you go to any time and place or just any time?
That's a good question.
Okay.
Watch a movie. I mean, remember.
Fucking hell. All right.
Yay!
Interesting. I obviously don't know much
Yeah,
about
so
that.
time,
but
okay, obviously, how good would a time machine be?
the first thing you do when you get a time machine, lottery.
Yeah, you go back.
I mean, lottery. Just go back.
go
Just
back
pick up a
and-
few, 100 million.
You check out the results, and
Get
you
all that
don't,
shit
you don't
done.
do a Back to the Future almanac sports thing. You do
No,
a
just one or two, just a good 10, 20 million. All right, that's all you fucking need. All right,
greedy motherfucker. I was going to say 1 or 2.
1 or 2 million. What if you go in the future and then that equates to $20? I don't know. I'm just saying. All right, so
No, you pick for. Yeah, you're right. You pick for
you know
now.
what I'm saying? You're just trying. I mean, yeah. Anyway,
But it wouldn't work that way because you've changed nothing. You've just told yourself that on this date to book those numbers, right?
this
So
is
where
true.
you go, that's the point of difference at that point.
Yeah, good point. But you might have to pick up more money before you go into the future.
You just go back 1 week in time. and
You're
say,
right, 1
Hey,
week.
dude, hard to believe I look exactly like you. Exactly. All right, yes, my 3-day growth is 4 days. But here's the numbers you need to pick.
Well,
holy shit, really? Yes, really.
But the same matter can't exist in the same time. Here we go into like the whole
no,
thing.
no.
I know.
Forget that. We're
Yeah,
not,
okay.
We're not going to bother with it. Because it's fucking ridiculous. But we're talking
yeah.
about the gadget that allows me to go
Absolutely.
backwards, and I presume forwards in time.
One would think, otherwise, how you getting back?
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, okay, cool. Nice fun. Look, the time machine argument is eternal.
Yeah, and we could be here all day. And
absolutely.
any time machine film fails dismally because when you think about it too hard, eventually it unfolds on
Exactly.
itself. Yep.
I mean, except for this movie, the Marvel Avengers.
Oh, you're not picking a time machine as well.
No, I'm not. Here's what I am picking though. It is from the Avengers franchise, and this one was in Iron Man's Gauntlet, and it was in Civil War. Now, here's the thing.
Oh, we're very specific.
Yeah, here's the thing. It's another watch, people, but it's Tony Stark's watch. All right? Tony Stark's watch, he hasn't got his whole Iron Man outfit with him, but it's obviously the start of his nanotechnology because what happens is some shit goes down, Winter Soldier starts cutting up motherfuckers and taking out the place. Tony Stark is just in a suit, but his watch does give him one of the hands of his Iron Man outfit. He presses a button, shit gets glowing, and all these fucking things just form the gauntlet of
so
one
his
of
suit
his hands.
doesn't go off and on at that point whenever he wants it to?
No, that was
Ah.
right. There was a briefcase situation he did in Iron Man 2 where he just popped out the entire suit from a briefcase.
Right.
And that is cool. But this is always on him. It's his watch.
So it's in his watch.
It is in his watch
That's
and
the
it
first
turns
instance of that.
the first instance of just the glove, absolutely, out of his watch as well. And he uses it to actually, he can fire one pulse at the Winter Soldier, do a couple other things. Winter Soldier actually shoots him, and this glove stops the bullet. So very,
Pretty
very
cool.
cool. Yeah, and that's like, I mean, come on. If you've got that shit on you all the time, forget about it, man. You're stepping up to anyone.
All right, won't be the last time we hear about Iron Man.
Oh,
but
good,
in a
because he's the
slightly
shit.
different way.
Yeah, good. We want colors.
My number 3, as we get right down to it now, is a gadget/device that would change everyone's life.
Oh, yeah.
Now, as a man who's about to start driving a lot longer distance to and from work,
Ah, yes. New
It's
job, Paul got.
it is, yes, particularly interesting to me.
Sure,
put it
fair
that
enough.
way. I'm talking about the transporter / teleporter from Star Trek.
Absolutely,
Imagine
man.
that gadget / tech. Imagine you're like, all right, I start work at 8:30 a.m. It's 8:10. I'm getting in the shower. I'm doing my thing. I'm getting out. I'm having a bite of toast. It's 8:29 and 30 seconds. Boop, step into your teleporter. And bam,
No
you're
shit,
there
man.
at the front door of your work.
Man, you could decide to beat off at 8:28 and still be at work at 8:30. It's just like
You could decide to be.
I didn't know which way to go with that joke. Like, you could beat off for an hour. Like, nah, it's not really funny. Let's make it 2 minutes. Oh shit! Oh shit!
So
Okay.
I just think, who wouldn't?
Look,
Like,
let's
imagine you're a man who
fucking hates traveling.
hates traveling because of the travel,
Absolutely.
not because of the destination.
Love the destination.
Yep.
All right, so let's look deeper than fucking work. Let's go. I want to take my ass to Amsterdam this weekend. All right.
Well, this weekend I'm going to take my ass to Amsterdam now, and that particular shop, which has the particular
Albert.
yes,
yes.
that you love, and I'll be back home in time to
That
be high.
is the shit. It's like all of a sudden, let's go out tonight. Where you want to go? Let's fucking hit Europe. All right. You do it for 3 or 4 or 5 hours, and you come home.
Yep.
You didn't even have to get like fucking like. You can get as finger bang drunk as you want.
Yep,
Right.
because you're not driving home.
And guess what? Let's say after you're done at that fucking, I don't know, massive fucking bar in whatever, London, you can fuck off to the best curry house in the world.
Yeah.
Have a kung, like, wing.
The more I think about it, the more this should have been my number one.
Then fuck off home, and you can port directly into bed and then jerk off and go to sleep. So it's like, you're done, man. That's the shit. You're right. This is why isn't it here?
This is astounding. Please sort this shit out.
The thing is, you don't even have to have a fucking teleporter in your house. People can beam you places. That's the fried tits, man.
Well, actually, that's a good point. There's a limitation on it. You need to have someone to operate the
Big
teleporter.
deal. How much do you pay an Uber guy?
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? That's so shit.
Yeah.
I mean, you do trust him all.
Can you be here at 10 p.m.
Oh, there will
to
be
beam
some
me
sort
back?
of iPhone app that'll
Yeah.
fucking allow you to just time. It just turns up, you know. And you can also get away if you don't like the situation. You're like, you're gone. I'm sorry, man. It fucked up. I'll see you later.
What are you doing? I'm just texting my teleporter driver.
On your watch. Wait, hey, where you going? Okay, nice one. Well, my number 3 was actually Bond's Ericsson phone, and by the way, it also has a lockpick thing. Like
Yeah, I said that.
Oh,
I
you said that, you said
mentioned,
that.
I mentioned
You're right.
lockpick. I think that sort of elevates it. I understand
It's
why
the
it's so
fried
high.
tits.
It's very, very good. I hope we have no more. Is that any James Bondness?
Paul, I wish it.
Oh!
No, actually, it isn't. It is.
My number 2 is from Iron Man. It's
Ooh.
Jarvis.
Jarvis, the tech of Jarvis is
The tech of Jarvis.
fantastic.
Like imagine. Okay, so is this what it really stands for? Just a rather very intelligent system.
So I've read.
Right?
So I've read because that's cool. It is actually named after his dad's butler,
Okay.
but that has become that.
Get your life organized and never ever fuck up, double book, be late for anything ever again because you've got this Siri personalized to you. It's so intelligent it can spar with you and defeat you at
yeah.
any point that it wants to.
And challenge you to make you think differently, which is probably something that's actually in there.
But it runs all, not just his life, but all aspects of the mansion. Tony can fuck off and do whatever he wants to do.
Mm-hmm.
And Jarvis is there running the day-to-day of the mansion and the business, and it's making money, it's making good decisions. It is the absolute bomb.
There's something on my list that's a little there here, but I absolutely agree. I won't talk about it any further because it's going to get like.
All right, we're almost
up in
there.
here.
And of course, eventually in Iron Man 3, Jarvis runs like multiple Iron Man suits.
That
So like, eventually it becomes the Vision, obviously, and that's the end of Jarvis. But for that point, holy shit.
it was the shit. If you've got a data assistant that actually does that for you and just pushes stuff around. Oh fuck it, I'll just tell you. It's
number 2. That's my number 3.
No, because I shopped it. It's a late thing. But the best thing about Jarvis, right,
Mm-hmm.
in my opinion, when Tony Stark goes into his fucking like workshop or whatever, and everything's virtual. So he's like, Jarvis, throw up a 3D map of some place that I can walk into, right? And then he's got like the tech, which is holograms of like equipment that he can put his arm inside and see how it moves and shit. That technology is fucking just mind blowing.
It's gold.
So yeah,
Absolute gold.
all good, all good.
All right, your number 2, sir.
Okay, my number 2 is Batman's grapnel gun.
Of course it is.
I can't get it past this. And by the way, I'm talking about 1989 Batman.
What I really
okay?
love about this is how practical it is and fits into every situation.
Oh my god, dude. Let me tell you, since we're here, and I'm sure this isn't on your list, but
What?
no, another one.
Yes.
Spider-Man's Spidey-Web things has got this beat in almost every way. It is more efficient, it's more lithe, it's more effective. It's, just much better. However, this is the top 10 coolest movie gadgets, and I believe this is cooler. Let me tell you why.
What? No.
Oh yeah, his grappling thing is not just a grappling gun. It actually fits onto a spool of presumably monofibril type thread, and when he goes and shoots it, yes, it's a grappling hook that has to get a purchase on something in order for it to be effective. But when that happens, it's so fucking cool because it goes. And he actually hoists him up. Now, it's a tiny little, spool, but somehow it's got the torque to bring him and Vicky Vale up halfway up a cathedral. Perfect. And people, because we're hitting the cool part of this, again,
Off the song.
Analog, yes, analog is cool, man. Fitting things together, tactile, modular tech is much cooler than digital tech. Always will be. Looks great. One guy talking.
All right, there we go. All right, so that's our list up until number one. We're going to reveal or go back through, recount our list, and then reveal our number ones. I'll go first.
Go for it, son. Go for it.
My number 10 was the Medbay from Elysium. Number 9, the hoverboard from Back to the Future Part 2. The Neuralizer from Men in Black at number 8. The Ericsson cellular phone controlling the car at number 7
Beautiful.
from Tomorrow Never Dies. Number 6 is the point of view gun from The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Number 5, the Mask Tech, Mask Printer, all that from the Mission Impossible series. Number 4, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventures time traveling phone booth. Number 3, the teleporter / transporter from the Star Trek movies and obviously the TV show. Number 2, Jarvis from Iron Man. And my number 1, unquestionably, because it's, you call it EDC, this is an everyday device, which you absolutely
Mine's
need.
a bit like that too. Go on.
It is the remote control, the universal remote control from Click. Piece of shit film. Wonderful gadget.
I never saw the film, but I saw every David Hasselhoff scene where he farts in his face while he poses him and shit like that.
Can you just imagine the implications of this device?
Oh yeah.
Fuck up. Say something stupid. Do something stupid. Rewind. Bam. You're out of that shit again. So it's got the neuralizer kind of covered already in that regard. There's a moment which is just absolutely amazing. If you want to be sexual, call it the orgasm. Slow-mo.
That's great. That's great, especially for guys. You women can last for fucking minutes, but us, it's on. It's just bam, you're done.
For example, you're at a boring ass piece of shit work meeting / I don't know, talking about something with someone that you're just like, you're at a party somewhere and someone's telling you all about their home renovations. Fast forward.
You know what? I've often wondered not about this specific gadget, but about that functionality. And I think to myself,
Because you still get the information. You just fast forward to the end of it.
yeah, but do you seriously? Let's say you have that remote, right? And then you thinking,
Seriously?
seriously, say you got it, all right? Apart from the fact with the lottery thing, you do the lottery thing as well, right?
Yep.
But then,
Of course you would. There's
Yeah.
another reason why it's my number 1, because you would now be a billionaire beyond
absolutely.
belief. Yeah.
But every single day, right? You're sitting there going, "Fuck this shit! I don't want to do it. I'm going to fast forward to Tuesday or whatever." Right? You're not
not
really.
every day. You just fast forward 20 minutes.
Yeah.
What? 20 minutes?
Okay. Yeah. You're right. You're right. 'Cause
Yeah, 'cause
I would
you're
wonder
really smart
that
enough not to,
if I
to
wa-
ruin your life.
That's the thing. If you use it a lot all the time, then your life feels very short.
Yeah, but unless you rewind a lot.
See, that's why. The thing is, you got to rewind the titties out of it for years. But that's cool.
Why not? Again, so effectively, this is a time machine. If you
Maybe it's a
rewound
chapter
far
skip on there. If there's a chapter skip, that's the fucking tits.
enough. I don't want to skip too many chapters of my life.
Dude, I want to go back to the time where I lost my virginity and do it right. Okay, so I mean that's what I'm saying. Oh yeah, of course.
You mean she wouldn't piss on your face? I don't know if I can put that in there or not.
fucking
Which
fine,
is-
put it in
which is
there.
why I waited.
Absolutely put it in there. Absolutely put it in there. Okay,
That's my number 1.
nice one.
What is yours? Give us a recap. and
Okay,
then
number
your
10
one.
was the Pinchers of Peril, but basically Dada from Goonies. Mission Impossible 3D mouse printer was at number 9. 8 was the Live and Let Die Rolex Submariner Kula Gata. Number 7 was the drone from fucking Blade Runner 2049. Number 6, the point of view gun in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. 5, Star-Lord's rocket boots and helmet. It's cool. Number 4, Iron Man's watch that turns into a gauntlet. Number 3, Tomorrow Never Dies, Bond's Ericsson phone.
Yep.
Number 2 was Batman's grapnel gun, and my number 1. This is the thing, okay? So yours was like an everyday device.
A universal remote. Yep.
Mine was too, but it's actually just an everyday device. It's actually the Saint Simon Templar's gadget knife. Yeah, people.
I
Now,
really wanted to hit the flash. I'm not going to. It's lame.
oh, good for you. Fuck off. Everyone, if you look at this thing, it is, like you said, it's the least probably fantastical of all my gadgets.
Ballsy. Stupid,
possibly
but
with
ballsy.
but you have to understand the style here. You have to understand the ideology here, okay?
Inconceivable.
This thing is beautiful because it's silver and sort of like maroon, but it's got emblems on it. But more importantly,
You're mocking me,
it
aren't you?
does everything. It's got, yes, lock picks, but it's also got a mini blowtorch that turns on when he pulls it out. It's got a compass. It's got a knife, of course. It's got some shit when you open it up that actually allows you to decode crap and stuff. It's so elegant and good that it becomes the coolest thing because anyone could have this except for the fucking torch bit. You can't have a fucking blowtorch in there. I've tried. You can't do it. All right? But it has to be much bigger. This is the most elegant looking, beautiful thing, and I want this. I've always wanted this. Yeah, okay, thank you. I've always wanted this. So, yeah, look, I'm sorry if that... No, I'm not sorry.
Letdown.
It's not a letdown. It's not a letdown. I'm telling you. You have to understand the ideology. If I had this in my pocket, which I could have right now, it's the most real, the most potentially...
I get where you're coming from. I get your
You know what I'm saying? So that's why it's my number one. I have never not wanted this thing. I wanted this thing more than a lightsaber. I said it. All right?
Whoa.
I know, because the lightsaber was
Don't
elegant.
make claims you cannot
I'm
take
just
back.
saying, man. I would have cut my ballsack off with a fucking lightsaber. This thing, probably not.
Yeah, well, that's true. You absolutely would. Oh, actually, any honorable mentions you want to mention?
Fucking A.
Very quickly.
Real quick, okay?
Just run down them. No discussion.
Good. Predator's active camouflage.
Yeah, that's cool.
The Mission Impossible fucking corridor, the digital corridor. Obviously, web shooters, gauntlets, Batman's gauntlets, and motherfucking... Yeah, that'll do. Oh, a rebreather. Batman has a cool rebreather. Go.
Oh, Batman does or James Bond did?
No, Batman definitely does because he used it in Suicide Squad, but normally it's this big, huge thing on your back which allows you to breathe underwater. But he's got one that looks like a harmonica.
In your mouth, yeah. Okay, I thought that was in James Bond too. I could be wrong.
He probably does that.
I had things that just could never get away with in 2020 as my honorable mentions. How about the computer that made Keller LeBrock in Weird Science?
Oh, shit! I forgot about that one! That's oh my god, you could not get away with a damn thing.
Or how about X-ray glasses, which conveniently allow you to see weapons in underneath...
Bonds ones?
The Bonds ones.
Yeah, the purple ones? Yeah.
Was it The World Is Not Enough?
Yep.
Or, but also highlights women's underwear.
Yeah. Because it was a
Weird.
PG film.
Weird.
That's right, you couldn't see any nipples. Yeah, it was weird.
That's all I had for my honorable mentions.
Not bad at all.
All right, that's all we had for Alice. What about yours? We wrap it up with what you had to say about the topic at hand in a segment that we call the Pop 10.
Talk about. Pop 10. Talk about. Pop 10.
Kicking off this week's Pop 10 with Duty Dutram from the Shaken Not Nerd
DD.
podcast. And he is obviously, with that title, a big James Bond fan because his number one is the Aston Martin D85.
Oh,
Best
D85?
Bond car and best gadget. Because we didn't put the
Yeah,
limitations
absolutely.
on that we
No,
had.
no, but like the D85 is a good call.
Ant-Man suit. And then I'll read verbatim what he said. Wayne's vibrator. What he meant was Wayne's twerking ass.
Oh, I see. Because I have a vibrator too.
Disconcerting.
Oh, yeah.
Moving right along. Christian, you did correct him and saying, the twerking ass. Then Joe Ketchum said, Fury's laser thingy, I assume, will feature prominently.
If only.
Which prompted Sam from the Movie Reviews and 20 Views podcast to say, came here to say the same thing, Joe. Which prompted Billy from the We Watch the Thing podcast to say, I came here to say this. And then
I like you guys.
John Snow from the Contrarians podcast to say, Joe, Sam, Billy, you fuckers are fast.
Nice one.
Very, very
nice
funny.
one, guys.
Well done, gentlemen. Lou Fry said the new realizer from MIB. Fake nipple from the band.
That thing grossed me out. There's a bit where Roger Moore fucking throws it over his shoulder. I'm like,
I agree. That's the best Lou. Come on.
gross.
And then maybe we should have understood where
It
it's
is
coming
funny.
from.
It is funny though.
Because number one is the Orgasmo Trader. Orgasmo Tour from Orgasmo.
Is that shoot you and it makes you have an orgasm?
I think so.
Okay.
Yep. So there we are. Rob Walters had the James Bond laser watch from GoldenEye. Jarvis from Iron Man. I'm counting it because it does way more than just the suit stuff. He's right. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And Hoverboard from Back to the Future series
There it
2015 has come and gone, and I'm still waiting,
Aren't we all?
said Rob. Nicole Presley said the Universal Translator from Star Trek and Doctor Who. That's
Good call.
a very good pick. Transporter thingy from Star Trek. Yes, Nicole. And number one has to be the Med Bay from Elysium. It's a shit movie, but what kind of amazing thing would it be to have a machine you lay in that cures all ailments? Hell, I think it would be epic just to have a machine you lay in where you can tell you everything wrong with you.
Totally. Including psychologically.
Yeah. Kevin Lawler said, hey fellas, turning 40 soon, so I'm inspired to pick gadgets that make me feel old. Number one, the bathroom buddy from Gremlins.
What's that? What was that?
It's Billy's dad, who was trying to
Oh,
sell
that's
that
right, that's
shit.
right. Yeah.
Number 2, Data's Slick Shoes from the Goonies, so
Nice
very
one.
close there. And number 3, all-time favorite movie maybe, Back to the Future's Flux Capacitor.
Yes, the capacitor.
Time-traveling thing itself.
Looked like a vagina.
Did it?
Oh, sort of fallopian tubey.
You think everything looks like flaps?
You should see me in a curtain shop. Okay. It's fine.
Oh, God. Dave from Super Movie Bros said the DeLorean Time Machine, mask printer from the IM movies, and the MIB neuralizer. So, an honorary mention to Harry Potter's Cloak of Invisibility.
Absolutely.
I want you to watch this, said the Super Collider from Into the Spider-Verse, the DC Mini from Paprika, don't know what that one is,
Another one.
and STEM from Upgrade. I'm like, it's a bit faulty, that one. Not sure I want to stick that thing in.
Yeah, it gets right in your spine.
Super listener Chad, who's a great supporter of the show and shouts out on Twitter a lot. Thank you. Chad said number 3, the Stargate from Stargate
Yeah.
films.
Get you there.
Number 2, the Neuralizer from MIB. And number 1, the Omni, actually from the TV series Voyager's 1983, but they did it made it for movie TV in 85. It was a device for time traveling.
Omni. Okay, cool.
Yeah, very nice. We'll give you that one. John from Potty Comics, patron to the show. Flux Capacitor at number 1. Number 2, Transporters from Star Trek films. Come on down. No more travel time. You can rearrange my molecules for that. And number 3, again, the mask making tech from the MI series.
Boom.
The only gadget worth mentioning, according to Dan, is not the problem, is the soundboard. Long live Virtual Wayne.
Fuck off, you wrote that.
I will fucking show you.
Fuck off.
Okay, and the X-ray glasses from If Looks Could Kill, starring Richard Grieco, so not even the James
Oh,
Bond,
yeah. Cool.
1991.
Cool.
And not to mention the computer that makes Kelly LeBrock from Weird Science. Mike Marlowe said lightsaber, proton pack, and Kelly LeBrock and Weird Science. Brad from the Cinema Guy said time travel device from Avengers Endgame, specifically there. C-3PO from The Phantom Menace, and the 3 seashells from Demolition Man. Last one from Twitter. This is Kat. She said the glasses allow you to see ghosts from 13 Ghosts. The neuralizer from MIB, and a second vote for the glasses from 13 Ghosts because I can't think of another, and they are pretty awesome.
What are they?
If you haven't seen the movie, literally put ghost glasses on, you can see the ghosts.
No, that's pretty pimp.
It's pretty good, yeah. I will say, Nick H said, will Wayne vote to Nick Fury's little laser thingy again?
Yeah,
That's, yes, of course. And lastly here, last 2 from, I told a lie, last 3. First of all, Chef Ben Randall from the In the Weeds podcast, Bat Grappling Gun, number 3.
Booyah.
Number 2, Ripley's mech suit loader thing from
Not bad,
Aliens.
not bad.
And number 1, I did war with this. Probably should have been on my list. Ash's robot hand from Evil Dead 3.
Now that is analog.
Groovy.
Yeah.
And Joey DiCarlo from the Soul Wizard podcast, Bill and Ted's Time Machine, The Rocketeers Rocket Pack. And number 1, our girlfriend Ana de Armas from Blade Runner 2049.
Nice one.
And finally, from Tyrone Haggins, who did clarify what was allowed and what wasn't allowed. Thank you for that, Tyrone. Said, okay, holodeck from Star Trek Next Generation, Thought broadcaster from Batman Forever, and proton packs from Ghostbusters 1984. We had a lot of people say the proton packs.
Because they're just cool.
Debated whether or not they were gadgets or
gadgets,
weapons
yeah.
or
Yeah.
whatever, but that was why they weren't on
Because we
our
put it in the last one, yeah.
list. Thank you so much to everyone who got back to us with their feedback on the show at hand. We really, truly do appreciate it. We couldn't get through everybody, but we really, really are appreciative
You the
of
bomb.
your contributions. Wayne, how do people let us know what's happening week in and week out, or indeed give their feedback on the show?
Google The Countdown Podcast. You will find us, or send us an email at thecountdownpodcast@gmail.com.
We're on Twitter at the Countdown PC. You can also check out the Facebook List community. The link is in the show notes if you want to join up, and check us out on Podbean where we host the show.
Hell
and
yeah.
that's it. As we said at the top of the show, leave us a review for the show on whatever platform that you listen to us. That will really help us out. We have a Patreon as well where there's a whole bunch of extra content that you can check out. Now's a good time to get on board because you can direct us to review a film of your choice.
Yeah.
All right, Wayne, what are we doing next week for episode? Because you're totally wrong at the start of this one. It was not 257 today. It's 257 next week. Today is
Oh,
episode
okay. Whoops. Sorry, everyone.
256. Well done, sir. What are we doing next week?
Next week we are doing the top 10 Razzie nominees. What?
Well, that's right. From a suggestion from listener Nicole Presley, who
Nicole.
in the Facebook listener community said, how about you do one of these? Could be a lot of fun, this one. So these are the worst mainstream
Yes.
big releases
Celebrated pieces of shit, and
Yeah.
we have to pick the top 10 of those.
going all the way back to 1980. So any nominated film for the Razzie is fair game. So we'll have something in the order of probably have about 200 films to pick from.
Yeah, yeah.
Surely there's some 10 diamond sort of pseudos in the rough there.
Must be.
That's what we're hoping for. We're going to have fun defending those films and failing dismally.
Yeah. No, that'll be a fun
doubt
episode. There you
whatsoever.
go.
There's going to be a lot of cringe-worthy moments,
Yeah.
I reckon. And a lot of shitting on each other, if that's what you're up for. Today there was less of that. because there were some pretty good choices all around, except for Wayne's number one. But
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
all right, that is it from us today. Thank you so much for joining us and being a part of the countdown. My name is Paul,
My name is Wayne.
and this has been the Soundboard because you are.
Okay, then.
Yeah. Wayne, very happy with that. So am I. Thanks so much. Catch you next time.
You're good.